You've got questions for the police? They're here to give you the answers on WEFM 99.9.
Something is wrong with the human race. Preacher man say it's wonders and signs. We are living in the end of times. Where is the love we once used to know? Where is the kindness we used to show? The heart of man is so full of hate. Let's make the change before it's too late. Too much killing, too much blood spilling. Each and every morning, it's weeping and mourning. We've got to stop all the crimes, erase the violence, let our voice be heard. We can't sit in silence. The hope of tomorrow is in our use today. We've got to live in love. Crime and violence don't pay.
Good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The time is 8:11, and welcome back to Activated Mornings. Well, Cop Chat for this morning. This morning we have joining us members from the Information Technology Services Division here this morning to discuss with us cybercrime in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, under the topic, safeguarding national security in the digital age. So we have this morning Mr. Aliyah Stapleton, correct?
Very correct.
Mr. Aliyah Stapleton, who is a corporal of police. Mr. Dayton Adams, he is in the Information Technology Services Division. Mr. Tarek Lewis, Information Technology Services Division as well. And Kenuel Thomas, Information Technology Services Division. Sorry, Thompson. Oh, wow, it is Thompson. Thank you very much. But we'd just like you to start by introducing yourself and tell us what your roles are in the division, so we could go from to right.
Hey, good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I am Corporal of Police Ali Stapleton. I am a member of the Information Technology and Digital Forensic Department within the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force. My duties there entails investigating or assisting investigating in matters of cybercrime. We are basically the overseers of the Cybercrime Act in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. My name is Kenuel Thompson. I am a senior maintenance technician at ITSD. My role in cybersecurity is I have studied cybersecurity, so
It's okay, you get there. It's okay, I had a little bit of stage right there, boy. It's all right.
I'm quite passionate when it comes to cybersecurity.
Okay.
So that's why, I kind of stayed out there for a bit. So as we move into the digital age, digital transformation, cybersecurity is going to become more important. It's going to be a major focus. So that is where we're heading at the moment. Thank you.
All right.
Good morning to everyone listening. My name is Tarek Lewis. I am a network administrator at the ITSD. We are, as network administrators, are responsible for essentially the upkeep, the maintenance of the network of the public service of the government. And as was alluded to by Mr. Thompson, cybersecurity is vastly growing in this digital age, and it is something that all of us need to be aware of. And so that's the goal of this conversation this morning, is that we can spread some awareness and spread some knowledge as well.
Good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. My name is Dayton Adams. I am the System Administrator at St. Vin's Information Technology Services Division. My main roles are email administration and system backend support.
All right, so walk us through this morning. If someone makes a report and it is related to cybercrime in any way, shape, or form, how does that process work? How does your department become activated?
Well, it depends.
Into the
It-
mic,
it-
please.
It depends on who's affected, really.
Okay.
But cybercrime, and the police leads investigation in matters of cybercrime.
Mhm.
So we have a joint incident response or CERT interdepartment. So different departments, including ITSD, different governmental departments, and we even venture out into the private sectors, have the service providers, NTRC. So if a matter of cybercrime is investigated, the police leads that, and then depends on what matter actually is being investigated. We tend to seek assistance from these departments, but the overseeing document that we are trying to enforce here is the Cybercrime Act of 2016 in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That lists out a set of crimes or cyber incidents that is illegal here. You understand? So it depends on what cyber incident we're talking about.
Now, we've been using the term cybercrime, but what is cybercrime? And could you tell us what are some of the illegal acts one can commit under the Cybercrime Act quickly?
Right. So we're talking about cybercrime, right? Anything that is committed or facilitated through cyberspace.
Okay.
You understand? You go on Facebook, you made some derogatory comments about somebody, that is also classified as cybercrime. Illegal entry into a device, a system, cybercrime, classified as cybercrime. So there are various crimes that are listed and spelled out by the Cybercrime Act, to include child pornography and stuff like that. Now, follow-up question, my apologies, I cannot ask that.
What are some of the crimes under the Cybercrime Act? What is illegal?
I was listing that. Yeah. So illegal entry, as usual. So we have harassment, electronic communications, a plethora of other crimes. You understand? I think we are right in the process right now. We are continuously trying to sensitize the public itself about the laws. Because that is one of the main strategies in getting people aware of the offenses that are there and getting them to secure themselves in this whole aspect of cybersecurity itself.
Okay. So I just want to wake you up a bit with a rough question. So we saw, I think it was last year before, that a lady in the United States had filed formal charges against someone who sexually assaulted her in the metaverse. What are your thoughts on that? And is that possible here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines?
Yes, it depends. Right. So sexual harassment by electronic communication. Those are things. So normally in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, especially St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we see we call revenge porn happening. Right. That is covered by the Cybercrime Act here as well. We are aware of the issue that we have, burning issue that we have in child pornography. That is also covered by the Act. And different aspects of child pornography as well. We have seen charges being brought against persons and persons being convicted of these offenses as early as last year and going to prison serving time for them. So yeah, that is possible to see.
So those things make sense, but what if both of us are in a virtual space? Namely, as I said, the metaverse or any type of now I'm speaking, I forget. When you use the headset, what you call that again?
Virtual reality.
Well,
Augmented reality. Thank you very much. When you're in augmented reality and that happens there in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Oh, you're talking about the augmented reality.
Yes.
I'm not sure. I know where that creates it is not reality per se. You understand? It's made up. I'm not sure the laws stretches to that end. You understand?
Yeah,
our laws doesn't incorporate that augmented reality.
All right. I'm sure Roleza has some questions, eh?
All right, so let's so just bring it back a bit to the topic of the national of safeguarding our national security in this digital age. What are some of the functions of the ITSD?
So, as was briefly alluded to earlier by my colleagues, we are essentially the IT department for the public service, for the government.
Mm-hmm.
So, our jobs can range anywhere from having network service available to different departments, having phone service, internet service, maintenance of their systems, their PCs, what have you, as well as development of web application software. All of that encompasses our job descriptions, really. So we do play a major part, especially in the public service, with the involvement of cybersecurity and the protection of everyone's data.
Okay, would you say you work with or you work under the NTRC?
Separate entities.
Completely separate entity.
Yes.
So you don't communicate at all?
We do have some communication when need be.
Mm-hmm.
We may collaborate from time to time on different aspects, different projects. But as far as working hand in hand, it's not always the case.
Okay, all right.
And what are some of the best practices you would say for, let's say, organizations, government departments, etc.? What are some of the best practices that you tend to put in place or advocate for, or do you say that they have to, in terms of being able to protect their information, or like emails passing through dissemination of information, keeping information that's on a desktop, in a drive, etc.? What are some of the best practices that you tend to put forward for organizations?
Best practices from a user end standpoint.
And define user end, please.
The user, the one who's sitting behind the computer.
All right.
Yes. Weak passwords. Now, we know a lot of persons would use consecutive numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, that
Your date of birth.
Yes, your date of birth, name of loved ones. That is a big no-no, because that's easily guessable. And if a hacker runs an encrypted program, that password would be easily guessed. Another best practice would be updating your antivirus, your software, your applications. Because if you don't do this, then whatever vulnerabilities would be patched during an update, then they would not be, and that would leave you exposed. The use of flash drives. Now, this is by far one of the most troublesome that you can find.
I had a situation like that. One shut down the whole organization for about a week.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Because if a hacker, they simply put a script on the flash drive, it could be as simple as, I could come here, I could say, okay, could you put some music on this flash drive for me, please? You're unaware of my intentions. You plug the flash drive in, script runs, whether it's for me to collect data or just to open a back door, that's done. There's nothing, you're not going to see anything running. That's it. Your entire network is
compromised. Yes.
Yeah. So there's that. Another best practice, or something you should be aware of, is social engineering. Now, this is someone posing to be...
Give me 1 second. Okay, caller, I recognize the call coming in, but we're going to take the call after our first break, okay? So just bear with us, and you can call back when we indicate that it's time for calls to come in, okay? Thank you. All right, you were saying?
Yes, this is being tricked by someone who's posing to be trustworthy. I could come here, I could ask simple questions, guys have Wi-Fi, what kind of what passwords do you guys use? I mean, do you have a password policy? Simple things like that. But what I'm doing, I am gathering data, this is me reconning. So by doing that, I get info about your network, and from there I can go back and plan my attack. These are the things that people aren't really aware of. Also, we have misconfigurations of privacy settings. So you have your Facebook you don't really go and fine tune the settings. Everybody can see whatever you're doing, things like that. You have your apps, you don't tweak the settings. So this way, vulnerabilities. One thing I would like to stress on phones. You have your phone, it's saying, okay, you need to update, software updates, but you don't have any memory. Memory is full. So you go like, that's fine. I don't need to, still works fine. I don't need to patch it. Right there, that's it. You're leaving an opening for attackers to come in and basically steal your data. You're doing it without realizing, but you're doing it nevertheless. So those are
All right.
So just to add to that, and this is all, it all sums up to this. So we know that we are just coming in as a country, they're just coming into the digital age. So you will not find a department or company that is fully digitized
Yet.
Yeah, son. Yet. Yeah.
There's a project for that.
But basically what my friend is saying is that the non-existence of policies and enforcing of those policies that guide the use of these computer systems, the email systems, kind of the detriment to these things. Because I'm aware that they have organizations here that have been attacked, been ransomed. Some part of the systems have been for ransomware, attacked by ransomware. So you see the non-existence of policies guiding best practices, binding practices, because as my friend says here, everybody clicks. You understand? You go into an email and you're not paying attention to the sender itself. It looks like an email that I'm accustomed to get information from. So I click, and you click, and then that's it. You understand? And persons, especially what I'm seeing here right now as a police, and the reports that we're getting, is persons using their private emails, the emails that you use for your Facebook and social media, to give everybody to do company business. You understand? And you need to get, especially as IT professionals at these systems, these organizations, needs to have these policies in place, and not only these policies, but to inform, to have regular sessions, you understand, and to just have an enforcement plan.
Okay. All right. Is everybody in the room familiar with the movie The Beekeeper?
Yes.
All right. For those who listening and not familiar with it, the main plot of it was there was a group of, well, it was an international group, cybercrime scammers basically, targeting older people and getting information from them. My question is there anything in place in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to stop something like that from happening, or at least to allow persons to get justice in a situation like that?
Yeah. So as I said before, we have the Cybercrime Act. I know.
Yes, in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
In St. Vincent and the Grenadines. In St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we have the Cybercrime Act.
And what if we have someone calling from overseas to get the information and they commit the act that way?
So we collaborate. We normally do collaborations with different states.
Okay.
You understand? And that is the whole. You have to understand that cybercrime is not be all into one country. You understand? It's trans-border.
Okay.
Transcends the borders of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So we have to have that, But you see, that's why we have, that all countries are up to date with their cybercrime laws. So it may fall in a country that doesn't have any laws to mitigate these things. And then we are at a point where we can, but then in most cases, they are in countries that think so.
So what would be your advice to those elderly persons who are usually the targets of these scams?
Well, especially with elder persons, when you hear anything about IT, they shy away from it. But you're using something, and the same how you safeguard yourself right now, physically, it's the same thing you have to do online. So we're asking you not to click on anything. I mean, you have owned a number of how much years since digital came out and the selling codes, you own a number, and somebody call you and say, look, I have owned this number and it's tied to my email addresses. And because I've lost this number, I need you to send a code to your phone. Can you relay the code to me?
Mhm.
And then you lose control over your platforms. You understand? So just don't go ahead and be too trusting. Stop clicking. Stop the clicking mentality. You understand? Ask questions sometimes. You have to ask questions. Pick up the phone and call the person who's requesting something from you.
Okay.
You understand?
Mhm.
Did you send something for me? What is it that you're sending? Yeah.
All right. So the time is now 8:30 here in St. Vincent and Grenadines. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back with more of the cybercrime conversation here on 99.9 The Clean Fresh Sound.
Do you want to feel clean or refreshed after using the bathroom, whether at home, work, or play? Welcome to My Smart Toilet Seat. All of our products wash your private parts after using the bathroom without the use of your hands. Let's hear what our national table tennis champion, Damian Dublin, has to say.
I tried it and it works. There are 4 options. Simply add an attachment to your existing toilet seat, or choose a non-electric seat, or better, an electric seat that washes and dries you with warm water and air. Lastly, get a complete smart toilet that also flushes itself. What are you waiting for? Get your smart toilet seat today. Be smart, be refreshed, be clean, be a winner like me.
Our smart toilet seat is available throughout St. Vincent at retail outlets with the orange flags. You can call us at 457-1703 or visit our website at justwashit.vc.
Yes, sir.
Our industry relies on all of us to play our part. We take pride in showcasing our beautiful island, our craft, our cuisine, and our warm Vincentian hospitality.
Each of us play a crucial role in showcasing our vibrant tourism industry. We can create spaces where visitors can unwind, connect with nature, and embrace tranquility of our beautiful surroundings.
We need everyone on board to help us create an exceptional experience for our guests.
Join us at our National Tourism Community Consultations as we shape the future of tourism in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
It's everyone's business. Yeah, live it, love it, embrace it.
That's the sound of your animals. Strong, healthy, and delivering yields you love. That didn't just happen. It began with you feeding them only the best. East Caribbean Feeds. Rest assured, we only produce your feeds with premium ingredients. No hormones, no animal byproducts. Just everything your animal needs for maximum nutrition. Because your animals deserve only the best. East Caribbean Feeds from Maximum Nutrition.
Carrico Maroon and String Band Music Festival 2024, April 26th to the 28th. Coming together to preserve and showcase our culture is who we are. Friday the 26th, Salute at the Chapel. Early morning libation, 3 p.m. Saraka, 7 p.m. the official opening ceremony and cultural evening. Saturday from 10 a.m. Hillsborough Square. It's Strings in the City. Then at 8 p.m. we move to the Botanical Gardens for Cultural Explosion with local and regional performances featuring Touch the Band. Admission $60. Then on Sunday it's the grand finale, Paradise Beach. From 12 noon, musical entertainment, and from 4 p.m. Paradise Beach Band, cultural entertainment and live music. Admission $20. Come and learn to dance the quadrille and the big drum on Paradise Beach every Sunday after the launch until the festival ends. Carrico Maroon and String Band Music Festival 2024, April 26th to the 28th.
Evangelist Bridget Blucher in association with EBS Ministries presents a Mother's Day boat ride entitled Step Aside, I'm Still Here. It's an all-white affair coming your way on Saturday, May 11th with live ministry by Minister Bridget Blucher, Pearl McMaster, Andres Basco, and Ronnie Richards. The Admiral 2 departs from SBG at 8:30 a.m. then returns from Beckway at 4:30 p.m. p.m. It's the Mother's Day all-white boat ride on May 11. Tickets only $60 to include boat ride and concert in Beckway. Tickets available at Splitting Images, Beauty Salon, 784-532-0654, Spotlight Restaurant, Paul's Avenue in Kingstown, 784-453-1253, and the Music Center, 784-456-1746. It's the all-white boat ride affair on May 11th. You can't afford to miss it.
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
Cop Chat. You've got questions for the police? They're here to give you the answers on WEFM 99.9.
The world has become such a cruel place. Something is wrong with the human race. Preacher man say it's wonders and signs. We are living in the end of times. Where is the love we once used to know? Where is the kindness we used to show? The heart of man is so full of hate. Let's make the change before it's too late. Too much killing, too much blood spilling. Each and every morning, it's weeping and mourning. We've got to stop all the crimes, erase the violence, let our voice be heard. We can't sit in silence. The hope of tomorrow is in our use today. We've got to live in love. Crime and violence don't pay.
Welcome back, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The time is 8:36 here in St. Vincent and the Eastern Caribbean. And you're listening to a Cop Chat this morning under the topic Cybersecurity, Safeguarding National Security in the Digital Age. If you're just joining us, you're listening to Ari and my co-host Roleza. We have with us today Alia Stapleton, Dayton Adams, Tarek Lewis, Kenuel Thompson, and they are from the Information Technology Services Division, or the ITSD. So we were just briefly discussing all things cybercrime here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we just like to touch on one thing that is very important as well, and that is email security here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Yes, good morning, St. Vincent. Now, emails are everywhere. We communicate a lot through emails, whether personal, corporate, or otherwise. Now, one of the things that are very popular is spamming and scamming, right? Email spams are very frequent, so users would receive spam, whether by their personal or their work emails. I want to encourage users though, when it comes to emails, you should segregate your emails. By that I mean have separate email accounts for work, have a separate email account for your personal use, have a separate email account for even social and other roles, right? So try and separate your emails in that sense. With regards to spamming, I want to encourage users also to update their antivirus and your operating system and also your client. By that I mean, so it's not just updating the antivirus software, as in Avast or
Norton is one?
Yeah, right? You want to update the operating system. So Windows 10 for those Windows users and OS X, Mac OS, you update those. And for the mobile users, you update your Android and your iOS devices. Always update them. And if there are no more updates, it's high time you upgrade your device if you want to stay secure, right? So I'm encouraging you to update. passwords. That we touch on passwords. Now, Google recommends that password length should be 12 characters long, right? And Microsoft is even suggesting 14. So if you want to go with the longer character length, at least 14 characters long, right? You want to make your passwords complex. So it's not just having your letters and numbers. You want to also include capital letters and symbols or special characters. And another thing with passwords, you don't want to use a password with your name, your date of birth, your spouse's name, or even nickname or location. You want to use something that is not something that can't be identified with you. So a popular phrase, your favorite movie, you know, you might spell your favorite movie backwards, and then you mix that with some, you know, letters, capital letters, numbers. Rather than make your letter A, you might make it the A symbol. You know, the E, you might make that a tree, something like that. So you want to make it complex, and you could use phrases. So password could be like a phrase. The I love you. You switch that backwards. You add some numbers. You know, full stop. Yeah. So
I'm laughing because we make it complex and we forget. That is what tends to happen a lot, you know. So
with regards to that, I know that that's a problem we have in the government service. Users complain that they're changing passwords frequent. We have to do that because it's important that whoever is out there trying to get access to your account, they don't get in. So you have to constantly change the password. Just as how we constantly update the system, the application, the OS, the hardware, you have to constantly update also your passwords. So you have to change it. And hence the reason why that's one of our policies. We change passwords every 90 days, but it can be as frequent as every week or every month, every day.
But
depending on.
I think that the upper and lower case and the symbols as well as numbers is quite effective. So you don't necessarily, at least in my opinion, I don't think that you need to remove yourself from the password completely. But if you could have the symbols randomly like you're suggesting and the upper and lower case randomly like you're suggesting, then maybe it will be easier for you to remember the passwords. But the question that I have is, how can you be sure that the email that you receive is safe, or how can you identify that there's something wrong with the email?
Right. So one thing to be mindful of is the subject, the email subject. So you want to look at the subject carefully. You also want to look at where the email is coming from, right? So some email systems would show you the name. So there's a difference between the name and the email, right? The email system that we use, in the past, users would just see the name where the email is coming from. But you want to also take note of the email address. Now, if you're receiving an email from the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, pay close attention to the domain. Our domain is gov.vc. So you should not accept any email that is not coming from gov.vc. So if it comes from something that says Gmail, Hotmail, can't be government.
You know, one of the other things that I tend to pay attention to by way of verification is sometimes just grammar and punctuation. Because if you know that something is coming from a bank, you know, you're expecting our reputable organization, you're going to be expecting that the grammar structure, the punctuation marks, the spelling, right? These are little things that are going to give you an idea that maybe it's not an authentic email coming through.
All right. So the number to call, it is an interactive program, 457-9997. Also the number to WhatsApp, 457-9997. Already see we have some questions here on the WhatsApp.
All right, so we have a bit of a loaded question. So let me just take it bit by bit. All right, so Do they investigate cybercrime from the metadata route? Do you operate mobile phone stingrays? All right. I tell you, just the question is loaded. In an investigation, is a mobile phone or device communication route searched remotely or locally? And are you authorized to gain access to personal cloud storage? We could get back to this. We have a call coming through. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good morning to the people, to the operators there, please.
Morning.
There were about 2 questions, right? One, how long ago that department was established in the police force?
All right. So how long was, so cybercrime, let's take cybercrime units. How long was the cybercrime units established?
Well, the act came about in 2016.
Mhm.
So the department was formed some day about.
Okay. All right, caller, that's the first question. Number 2?
Yeah, and 2, if somebody committed a cybercrime and so on, who actually do the charging? The police is passed to somebody?
The police does the charges. You understand?
Police does the charges?
Yes, the police does the charges.
Okay, I see. All right, those are the 2 questions that I really wanted to clarify.
All right.
Just for your edification, Paula. If you go online and you search St. Vincent and the Grenadine Cybercrime Act, you will get a draft. You will get an idea of the laws that are actually the crimes that are actually covered under the act itself. So for everybody that is listening to the sound of my voice, actually. So we have a saying in the organization that says, legal fraternity that says, ignorance to the law is no excuse. You can't say that you didn't know. You understand? And to better safeguard yourself, you have to educate yourself on what is. You understand?
All right. One more question for the police, since we got there. Can you bring a civil action under the Cybercrime Act, or is it strictly a prosecutionary action brought under the office of the DPP?
I think so. If you could bring a civil suit, if you could bring a civil suit for the laws that are covering the other laws, you understand? You can. You understand?
So you don't need the police or the DPP to bring an action regarding cybercrime.
It would be that you could actually go and make a report. You understand? But a person doesn't really have to proceed that route, I believe. This is in my opinion.
Okay.
You understand? If you defame me online, although it's illegal under the Cybercrime Act, I can actually sue for damages.
Okay.
You understand? I should be able to sue for damages.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you want us to go back to this loaded question? All right, let's break it down. So do they investigate or cybercrime from the metadata route? Do you operate mobile phone stingrays?
Stop right there. Let's go.
Right. So so the weight of investigation in the organization is set out by the Cybercrime Act. We cannot go beyond that. You understand? Our power comes from the Cybercrime Act, and it has a list of laws that exonerate that. I mean, over time we are asking. We hope to upgrade and to expand. You understand? But if it is not covered by it, then you understand. But in acts where phones are involved, there's a procedure for us to go through those things. If a phone, or if that aspect of while you're online with somebody, in that aspect and some aspect of a crime, you're relating something, or you did something that may be linked up to a different crime. Yes, who's to say that information can't be extracted and used in a criminal proceeding?
Okay, can it be done remotely?
Depends.
Depends on.
It depends. It depends on the situation itself and who's involved. You understand?
Okay, in what situation would it be?
If it is in terms of a VC, a person, I'm the complainant and I'm making a report that this happened and it's tying back to something that I did. Yeah, I'm giving you access. I'm giving you access to where I see certain things happen, and we could go down that route.
Okay, but you cannot access something remotely without
If
my
I don't
consent.
have access.
Okay.
If I don't have access to it. This is basically what I'm saying.
All right. And are you authorized to gain access to the personal cloud storage?
Well, then again.
Once again, if you have access.
Yeah, if I have access.
Okay.
All right.
See, but things we have to go through. See that cloud storage and the phone.
Mhm.
Because normally you access things through the phone itself. You
Mhm.
understand?
Right. Mhm.
And if on the phone you have access to
So right, the cloud and everything
Right,
is right.
yes.
Mhm.
All right.
All right. So remember, callers, if you wish to lend your voice to, or you have a question to ask, the number to call is 457-9997. You can call or send your question via WhatsApp.
I have to stick up in there, Roleza. It is 8:49, almost 8:50 here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we have to take a quick commercial break, and we'll wrap up our cop chat this morning when we're back.
At Lynch Caribbean, yes, we offer comprehensive insurance solutions and broking, but we're more than an insurance broker. We drill down to your core business strategy. We keep a pulse on risk to keep your operations healthy.
On your mark, get set.
Along the way, helping you to drive competitive advantages. At Lynch Caribbean, we have your back. Contact us today for insurance solutions, strategic risk advisory, and more. Call 453-3300. Email info@lynchcaribbean.com or visit our office in Beachmount, Kingstown. Follow Lynch Caribbean SVG on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, or visit www.lynchcaribbean.com.
Let's get your laundry clean and fresh with the widest range of washing machines and dryers in SVG. At Singer, choose between our West Point and Speed Queen brands with an array of washing machines with payments starting as low as $92 per month. Your laundry room wouldn't be complete without a Whirlpool or Speed Queen electric or gas-operated dryer, saving your energy consumption. Also in stock is our West Point washer-dryer combo for only $136 per month. One machine that does the work of two. No need to change machines, just toss in your laundry and forget about it. Whether your preference in machines is top-loading or front-loading, whether you want a 9 kilogram or a larger 15 kilogram washer, whether you're looking for a gas or electric dryer, we've got it all at Singer. Visit us today and get the washing machine and dryer that's perfect for you. Singer, your family company.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's a whole new world out there. Reaching new customers and getting products faster. That's what it's all about. Ocean freight rates are skyrocketing, so don't pay more for slower service. It's time to switch to faster, more reliable air cargo service with SkyMax Cargo. Up to 3 flights weekly to and from the USA, Puerto Rico, and the Caribbean islands. Providing excellent import, export, and e-commerce solutions to put you ahead of the competition. For special low rates on small packages and air cargo, contact SkyMax today. 784-456-5400. Local agents SwiftPack, Interprime Cargo. Call 784-456-5400 to book your shipments today.
Ground control, come in. It's the space station. We have an unidentified object for review. Over.
Go ahead, space station.
It seems to be.
Go ahead.
It's,
Go ahead, space station.
Okay, I've made my decision. It's a cricket ball.
What?
6. What a shot. You big it. Out of the park and into the sky.
The ICC Men's T20 World Cup. It's out of this world. Buy your tickets now from tickets.t20worldcup.com.
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
Cop Chat. You've got questions for the police? They're here to give you the answers on WEFM 99.9.
The world has become such a cruel place. Something is wrong with the human race. Preacher man say it's wonders and signs. We are living in the end of times. Where is the love we once used to know? Where is the kindness we used to show? The heart of man is so full of hate. Let's make a change before it's too late. Too much killing, too much blood spilling. Each and every morning, it's weeping and mourning. We've got to stop all the crimes, erase the violence, Let our voice be heard. We can't sit in silence. The hope of tomorrow is in no use today. We've got to live in love. Crime and violence don't pay.
And we're back this morning with our COP chat under the topic Cybercrime Security, Safeguarding National Security in the Digital Age. We have members from the Royal St. Vincent and Grenadines Police Force as well as the Information Technology Service Division here with us this morning. The time is 8:54 and welcome back to COP chat.
All right, so I have a question for you guys. I know that you are a government or you work with government departments. So it's a two-part question in terms of education. Do you generally go around to the different departments, ministries, etc., to inform them of some of the best practices? And also, right, by way of education for general public, if I'm setting up a business and I really want to have tight security in terms of email information, everything in relation to cyber security, can you offer training to other persons? Private sector, that is.
Okay, so with regard to the training of the public sector and the different departments, yes, that is done from time to time. We may go around and do it hands-on, provide training hands-on with different departments, or we may do it by way of maybe an email blast. We might send out constant reminders, hey, do this, do that. Remember to change your password, remember to update your OS, your software, what have you. So that is done as well. For the private sector, I would say yes. I'm sure if you make a request, we can assist you as best as possible. It's again, we typically serve the public service, but I'm sure that would not be an issue.
Okay, lovely.
Yeah, so sensitization is part of our strategy. So we normally go out, especially in the schools, and we educate persons on the Cybercrime Act and what not to do, what to look out for, because we have to be each other's keepers, as we are saying. You understand? But sensitization is one of the most important tools that we have in our assets.
All right, just want to slide in a quick question. What would be your role in the digital transformation project and its implication?
So, well, speaking on behalf of the members of ITSD here, we work very closely on the ground with the digital transformation project. So a lot of the individual projects that may be coming out of that, we often are needed to help facilitate and to assist with the implementation, as well as providing potentially training to different departments that might be using the services that are being implemented. So we do play a very hands-on role with the project.
All right. So as we're at 8:57 now, is there anything that you'd like to leave the listeners with?
One thing I would like to bring out, and I think this theme was kind of shared through everyone's presentation, but something for everyone to remember that's listening. When it comes to security, the weakest element is always the human. Computers can only do as much as we tell them. And so when it comes to protecting your data, protecting your devices, your network, your servers, what have you, it really falls on us as persons to enforce our best practices, to enforce the things we would have shared today on this program, and implement them in our services, whether it be our personal devices or phones or computers, what have you, or if we're working in organizations, we share this information with the relevant personnel and ensure that policy or that implementation is carried out, so that our data and our services and our infrastructure on a whole in St. Vincent can be well protected and secure.
Okay.
I can't go.
All right, we just go around the room with your final thoughts or any final thing that you want to emphasize to the public.
With regards to email, always be mindful. Those attachments, pay close attention to those attachments, because programs, scripts can be transmitted through those. So you don't want to download scripts or programs, exe files, .pl, or files that are scripts or programs. You don't want to download those. And even documents, because documents can contain macros or other programs that can do harm to the system or you. So be mindful of attachments. Be mindful of your passwords. I want to encourage users also to use the two-factor authentication where possible. So we all know Bank of St. Vincent enforces 2FA. So you can also enable that in your email system. Encrypt when you can. So if you're encrypting your emails, you want to pass on that key to whoever you're sending emails to. For the phishing emails, don't fall for every scam you see. People don't just give away money just like that. If it's too good to be true, then it's not
Probably
true.
is.
So just be aware and do your own little research too. So you're not sure of something, like one of my colleagues said. You make a call and you find out more information. You Google it.
Google.
Yeah, and as my colleague was mentioning, research is important. If you're not sure, the internet is readily available to basically everyone now. And if you're not sure, you can research. You can always ask. As we mentioned, you could even inquire of the ITSD if you require some support or some assistance.
Okay.
So don't be afraid to research on your own. Don't be afraid to, this is not my area. I don't really deal with the internet. Don't think about it like that. Yeah, be sure to research and have knowledge of your own.
All right.
What I would add, be vigilant while browsing. There is a term known as farming, PH. This is where attackers, they set up a fake website. So everybody wants to go to Shein and Amazon. So you just first link looks like Shein. You go in, you click, you put in your info and your confidential data gets stolen. So be very vigilant when you're browsing. Also, when it comes to emails, be mindful of the subject of emails, because if you're not in finance or management and you see an email with the heading, the subject, promotions or pay cuts or layoffs,
I'm gonna click to see who it is got through, man.
Yeah, you click that and right there, an attacker has access to your network and they're allowed to do their thing. So be vigilant of these things.
And if I may, on the topic of being vigilant, as St. Vincent as a country is becoming more digitally advanced, we have a lot of different developments taking place there that are putting us, a little bit more on the world stage, so to speak. And so we have events like the T20 cricket coming up. We have all-inclusive hotels like Sandals and soon Holiday Inn. And so as we increase the level of tourism in the country, it's bound that more and more cybersecurity attacks will occur. And so that's why it's ever increasingly important to be vigilant, as Mr. Thompson was saying, to be vigilant, to be well educated, and to know what to look for in these cyberspace.
Well, unfortunately, time is our enemy this morning. You had something you wanted to add?
Yeah, just that cybersecurity is everybody's job. It's not a burden for your IT department or for somebody more technical. You have to do your part. You understand? Adhere to the policies. And I'm not going to restate what has been said by my colleague. It's just to be just to restate this thing. You see, ignorance of the law is no excuse, and you can't say because you don't know. That's why I got caught. This why I get caught up in this. Educate yourself as much as possible. Do your part.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us this morning, having this quite informative discussion. Hopefully, we'll meet again and talk more, especially about data farming. Data farming is something that you should definitely research on of your own, because it's it's quite something interesting and dangerous that the general public need to be aware of. But thank you this morning for joining us, gentlemen. This was quite an informative conversation.
Take care, guys. All right.
And the time